All right, so howdy. Wanted to take a brief minute tonight and all the advice that I've been receiving in regards to YouTube content is, man, just jump in with both feet and go for it. So, going to do a brief live stream tonight and have a couple of interesting topics that'll be kind of queued up. If we see some people on the stream, that's great. If not, that's great too. This is just kind of a dress rehearsal. So, first thing I wanted to talk about is sitting here in Douglas County, Nebraska, and a really good friend of mine recommended, there's this burger joint started in 1936, and we got to, go there one of these times when you're up visiting. So that's exactly what we did tonight. And the name of it is this right there, right? That doesn't look like it's going to show up. Nope. There it is. Right. So Stella's Bar and Grill. I'll tell you tonight, I had exactly what my buddy had, and that was a pastrami hamburger. And let me tell you what, it didn't even need any kind of condiments or anything, right? No mustard, no ketchup, no nothing. I mean, it was just stacked with beef and pastrami, super flavorful. I understand the rolls are brought in every morning. The fries were to die for. The onion rings were probably the best I've ever had. So Stella's Burgers, it's kind of on the southeast side of town in Omaha. If you happen to be through the area, I'd definitely recommend checking it out. The other thing I was going to mention is let's talk about the title of the channel. Okay. Title of the channel is Read for Effect. And I had gotten some, notes and feedback as far as, what that's kind of an odd phrase. What does that really even mean? And well, it's actually a play on words. It's a play on a phrase that comes from, NATO militaries actually. And the phrase that it plays on is actually known as fire for effect. And that's if you're directing any type of weaponry, uh, artillery, that sort of thing, you have somebody that's spotting that. And when they get to where those rounds are hitting in about the right place, then they radio back and they say, hey, fire for effect, which means dump all your rounds on that target that you're trying to effect, or I guess affect. So it's just a play on words. I'm a big reader. And with us as empty nesters, we both, read and read and read. And we wanted to put this channel together as a how-to for, current empty nesters, anybody that's gonna soon or after a while be empty nesters. And because we travel so much, we just wanted to kind of show you, the worm is really turned, as soon as it's not dance recitals, t-ball games, football season, and band concerts, that opens up your horizon, opens up your field of view for a whole lot of things that you can do. And you ought to be reading about some of those things. I'd also invite everybody to subscribe to this channel because as we go through and do some of the activities and go see some of the things that we like to do, well, you can read about it and even better yet, just watch about it right here. Now, the last thing I was going to mention, because again, this is just sort of a dress rehearsal for the lives. I'm actually solo this week, about 900 miles away from Jessica, but we'll be, planning on doing a lot of, live content once we get back together. I talked to her on the phone a while back, and she was already hinting and giving some, some shaded references to some of these good ideas that she's got for videos and live content going forward. But the last thing that I want to mention is a book recommendation. And if you've seen some of the earlier videos, I do still owe two book reviews. One of them is the autobiography of Charles Chaplin, and one of them is the biography of Colonel retired John Boyd of the United States Air Force. So those are forthcoming. We may end up doing those live, maybe a Q&A with people calling in, what have you. But what I'll finish with today, one of my all-time favorite series of books, 3-volume set, Alexander Solzhenitsyn. He was really banned by the Soviet government, exiled. He did, I believe it was 8 years in the Soviet Gulag. This was after he was an artillery officer that fought in what they call the Great Patriotic War, World War II. And he ended up, was sentenced to the Gulag, essentially memorized these books, and then afterwards wrote them down. If you haven't read any of the Gulag Archipelago, highly recommend it. A lot of revelation, a lot of mind-blowing facts. And even though all these volumes are fairly thick, once you get into it, I mean, it just clicks right by. So I'm going to go ahead and call it for tonight. Have some things to do tomorrow, but you can count on a lot of live content. I do have right now 5 podcast guests lined up. Some of them I'll do live, and some of them will do remote. What with just distance and COVID COVID issues. We'll just do maybe like a split screen. So with that, I look forward to talking to everybody soon, and you can expect another kind of a primary video coming out, be this Saturday night. So we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. Bye-bye.